So I'm responding to the question, what are some meditation tips to balance? All right. So just to start from the top, I am an Aries, double Gemini. So I'm a Gemini moon, Gemini rising, Aries sun. So this was an opposition to me and all my Aries placements. So once you know as an Aries or a Gemini or an ADHD person on how to meditate, once you unlock that, you can't be stopped. So I love this question because meditation is crucial in my world for regulating my hormones, making sure I make good decisions. Everything that you need in life for balance, it surrounds this. So there's a lot that goes into cultivating this, though. I'm going to run down the checklist of things that I do that I've found helpful for my cultivating a meditation. So look, it starts with this principle, all right? It's a scientific principle called Salton. It's more or less a vortex. And within that, so I want you to look it up. It's basically creating a space around your energy and a drive and a momentum around your choices, your energy, to the point that that's what it does when you meditate. All right, when you meditate, it creates a bubble around you and a centrifugal force, more or less, and it rearranges the molecules around you in your life. So it starts to have an effect on every facet of your life. So meditation, great question. Balance is great, but it could be deceptive because you might be balanced and the rest of the world starts to look crazy because when I started to meditate and started to reintegrate myself, I wound up getting divorced because my ex-husband and I fell out of vibration with each other. So don't be afraid if things around you start to rearrange in a particular way, but your core will be protected, okay? So start with breathing. And this is a great way to start active meditating because some people can't sit still. We're ADHD, right? Poor attention spans. So starting with the breath, if you don't really know yet how to diaphragmatically breathe, go to a dollar store and get a small bag of balloons, all right? You're going to inhale, use that breath, and exhale all the way, and focus on the contraction of the breath. The exhale is the most important part with the diaphragmatic breath because it contracts your diaphragm. Practice breathing with a balloon. Great tactic, all right? Once you're good at diaphragmatic breathing, you want to make sure not to be using certain muscles in your neck and not going into hyperventilation. So there's a balance. You use box breathing, Wim Hof breathing techniques. These are all great ways to focus on the breath. It works because it gets you closer to your heart space. And the ancients believed our heart was the most wise organ in our body. So start with the breath. Then another tangible way to help us focus is, candle gazing. You can do certain breathing techniques in front of a candle. As long as you're distant enough, you might actually blow it out, so be careful. But the candle gazing will give us a visual focal point and a certain frequency in our mind for mind-heart coherence. And that's something that we want to achieve is the mind-heart coherence. That's what creates the velocity around you. So, again, starting from the breath and then candle gazing is a good way. Okay, now, thirdly, exercise, because this is a great way to center your breath. If you are an active person, ADHD, neurodivergent, whatever, active meditating might be your sauce, like mine. I love to focus on my breath and meditate while I'm working out. It's a very sacred time for me. So as I lift, I'm concentrating on my breath and getting into my body, which has a bunch of wisdom that my brain does not possess. Sometimes we gotta get out of disassociation and get into our body in order to solve problems. So exercise is a huge thing for me. Making sure I have a good diet is a huge thing for me because I've noticed my thought processes are directly linked to how well I eat, ingredients wise, how clean I'm eating, And that definition of cleanliness could be different for you. You might be vegan. I'm not. I used to be. I'm not now. So for me, that's grass-fed beef. That's sweet potato, organic sweet potato. That's, eggs. That's avocado, organic as much as possible. Taking teas into my body that help me detox heavy metals, whatever. You get the idea. So eating well, taking care of your body, meditation, all these things are integrated for balance. But I want to remind you that balance is tricky because you might become more balanced. This is a Libra thing too. The more balance you seek within your people around you, your relationships might become unbalanced because you're falling out of frequency. And that's okay. But you have to really stay in a place of non-judgment with it. So balance, meditation can be a little tricky to maintain because you feel bad if things are starting to rearrange around you in a way that's stressful. If other people become unhappy, you might want to people please, but don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to supportive talks, like Teal Swan is wonderful. She's popping into my mind right this moment to listen to on YouTube in order to reintegrate your systems and help your balance. You will have all the answers, but you have to be the one anchoring this energy. So these are my tips, all right? I hope this helps. Thank you for the awesome question. Much love.